What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Race.
Well, guys, it's finally happening. A live-action remake of Snow White is scheduled to be released soon. From plot details to controversies and negative criticism regarding the cast ensemble, and of course, an exact release date, let's dive into everything we know about Snow White so far. We'll start off with some good news. The first trailer for the film has been released, and it looks quite promising. On the other side, there are a lot of Disney fans confused when it comes to the film's story and its cast ensemble. As you already know, this is not the first live-action adaptation of Snow White, but it is the most recent one. So far, there have been a couple of Snow White projects, with the first one being released way back in 1937. This is an animated version titled Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and has been adapted into a couple of live-action remakes by Walt Disney Pictures. Snow White has been previously played by Julia Roberts in 2012's Mirror Mirror by Kristen Stewart on 2012's Snow White and the Huntsman. These two films have also had the same villain, the well-known evil queen, who will make yet another appearance in the most recent adaptation. Well, she plays an essential part in the story, so yeah, we kind of expected her to appear. But who got cast in the role? Let's find out, shall we? But first, did you guys know that Snow White was in fact the very first Disney animated feature? Yeah, that's right, and it is basically the film that established the successful company. Now, back to the upcoming film. As Disney confirmed, the project has been under development for 7 years. Since 2016, the title or character will be played by the amazingly talented and beautiful Rachel, and the evil queen will be played by the equally talented Gal Gadot. The two actresses were there when Disney released the first teaser trailer for the movie at the D23 Expo in September this year. So, who else is cast in the project? Let's find out. As mentioned, Rachel's been chosen to play Snow White. The 21-year-old actress has had plenty of roles under her belt. She started her career on Broadway, and ever since, she has appeared in films such as Steven Spielberg's West Side Story. Oh, by the way, she also won the 2022 Golden Globe Award for Best in a Motion Picture Comedy or Musical. Disney announced that Rachel has been cast in the role for June 2021. Rachel's extraordinary vocal abilities are just the beginning of her gifts, the director Mark Webb said in a statement delivered to Deadline. Rachel, who is a Latina, faced a lot of criticism for playing the title or role. She talked about the backlash she faced on Variety's Actors on Actors series with Andrew Garfield in January 2022. Never in a million years did I imagine that this would be a possibility for me. You don't normally see Snow Whites that are of Latin descent, she said in the interview, adding, "You don't particularly see people who look like me or are me playing roles like that. When it was announced, it was a huge thing that it was trending on Twitter for days because all of the people were angry. We need to love them in the right direction." The actress further explained that this is simply a job she's really excited to do, and yes, she's really happy that she gets to be a Latina princess. We'll see Gal Gadot in the role of the evil queen, and as you already know, the actress is mostly known thanks to her role as Wonder Woman in various films in the DC Extended Universe. Disney announced that Gal will play the villain in November 2021. At the premiere of the Netflix film Red Notice that month, the actress said that she can't say much other than that the fact she is so excited and cannot wait to get into the shoes and the crown of the evil queen, per report by People. She also said something about you smashing that like button if you haven't done it already. Now, seriously, Disney also announced that Andrew Burnap will join the remake and will play a brand new character named Jonathan. Andrew is mostly known thanks to his Broadway production The Inheritance, for which he won a Tony Award. Mark Webb is directing the Snow White remake. You don't have to worry about the director, as he's mostly known for films such as The Amazing Spider-Man and its sequel that starred Andrew Garfield. Greta Gerwig and Aaron Cressida Wilson are writing the screenplay, while Mark Platt is producing. Mandy Walker is the cinematographer, Mark Sanger is the editor. With such a great cast ensemble and behind-the-scene camera crew, there is no way that this film could turn out to be a disaster.
I have to thank you both. D23 Expo.
Thank you so much for the love. Oh my God.
Now, let's jump into some surprising plot details. The Snow White remake will mostly follow the source material, meaning that we should expect to see a story originally told by the brothers Grimm in the 1812 German fairy tale. Of course, Disney will make at least a couple of changes in the story, but since the plot details are kept under wrap, we still don't know what kind of changes will follow in this remake. Snow's allies, the Seven Dwarfs, are expected to appear, but their appearances cause a lot of controversy controversies linked to the Game of Thrones star Peter Dinklage, who has a form of dwarfism. In an interview on a podcast in January 2022, he said that making such a remake makes no sense to him. You're progressive in one way, but then you're still making that effing backwards story about 7 dwarves living in a cave together. What the F are you doing, man? Peter said. Weirdly enough, Disney responded to his comments in a statement, saying that they'll try to avoid reinforcing stereotypes from the original animated film because they are now taking a different approach with these 7 characters that have been consulting with members of the dwarfism community. Well guys, what do you think of that? Let us know before we see whether there's an official release date yet. Although there are a lot of angry fans who are either unsatisfied with the story or the cast ensemble, there's also a lot of people who can't wait to see the film. We do know that filming wrapped up in July 2022, meaning that we are definitely seeing the project sometime in 2023, or at least that's what we thought because most of Disney's previous live-action remakes have come out in the summer, but Snow White is not coming out in 2023 sadly. Disney has recently announced the exact release date and it looks like we're gonna have to wait a little longer until we see the much anticipated film. Per Variety, Disney sets release dates for numerous films. Inside Out 2 is set for June 14th, 2024, and Mufasa: The Lion King is set to premiere on July 5th, 2024. The new Snow White has been officially set for March 22nd, 2024. Now, let's go back to all the criticism and controversy surrounding the film. Disney has been facing a lot of backlash lately, and it's not only for Snow White. We previously discussed Peter Dinklage's comments about the upcoming live-action remake of Snow White, and it looks like he's not the only person angry at Disney. After talking about Rachel, a Latina, being cast in the title or role, Peter said, "Literally, no offense to anyone, but I was a little taken back when they were very proud to cast a Latina actress as Snow White, but you're telling the story of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs." As previously mentioned, this isn't the first time the company had to address such criticism. To be honest, I see no issue with Ziegler being cast in the role, and I think she would give an incredible performance. The actress said, "It would be great if you smash that subscribe button and notification bell, you know, just so you never miss any of our videos in the future." Now, seriously, there has been a lot of criticism regarding the cast ensemble of The Little Mermaid, in which Halle Berry was cast in the title or role. What do you guys think about Disney being more diverse? Let us know. We'll see you in the next video.